As we continue our celebration of Easter, now for those of you who haven't been here in this time, we are still in Easter. And we're going to be in Easter for a couple more Sundays. But we've been talking about how to make sure that resurrection is not just a one-day event. How we can embody and embrace resurrection as an ongoing experience every day of our lives. Because we believe, and we came to the conclusion that resurrection is our witness. See, Jesus is gone. Jesus is not walking with us. There's no more preaching by Jesus. And so resurrection is our witness to the world that God is doing something in the world. That God is up to something. That God has ushered in a new way of being. That when Jesus escaped the tomb, that was not just a historical event for the people back then. That we live it even right now. And so the obvious question for us we people who call ourselves Easter people or resurrection people, the obvious question then is, how in the midst of all that is wrong and challenging about the world, in light of how the empire and the powerful keep us under its thumb, in when poverty and violence is legion throughout the world, how then can we experience resurrection every day? And the answer, in short, is, and I'm going to get right to the punchline so that if you don't want to listen to me, you can stop, but you got it anyway. The answer, in short, is that Jesus left us something. I joked this morning that Jesus had a little bit more foresight than Prince. Jesus left us something. Jesus left us something that will ensure that should we get concerned about whether or not we can experience resurrection, Jesus left something that will almost ensure, if you let it, will ensure that you will experience resurrection. So if we're having trouble understanding what we've been talking about being a resurrection people, about being an Easter people, let me go into what John gave us today in our text. Let me go through what Jesus said so that we can be sure that we understand how it is that Jesus could make sure that if we want to tap into resurrection possibilities, we can do it. In the Gospel of John, we have here what is called the farewell discourse to his disciples. And for all practical purposes, this is Jesus' last will and testament. Jesus drops a bombshell. I'm about to be killed. They are going to get me. They are going to kill me. I am going to die. I am going to rise again, and then I'm going to be with God. And so then the disciples had something that just got dropped in their lap. Here's the question. How do we continue if Jesus is not here with us? How do we do what we've been doing? If the one we dropped everything to follow is not here to lead us and guide us, how will we know what to do if he's not here? And then Jesus left them. Here's what Jesus said, I am leaving you. And this is what Jesus is saying, I am leaving to all of us, not just to those disciples who were sitting there listening, but now that makes us heirs. Jesus said, I am leaving you the Holy Spirit. Oh, see, you didn't get it. I thought I was dramatic, but let me give it to you again. I'm leaving you something. And here's the word Jesus said, I am leaving you a parakletos. That's Greek. Something to say, to call alongside. So how they interpret, I am leaving you an advocate. Okay, that's still a big word. I'm leaving you a counselor. Oh, well, I don't know what a counselor could be. I'm leaving you a comforter. That's a little bit better, Jesus, but what you getting at? I'm leaving you a helper. Oh, see, you still didn't get it. I wanted your face to go like, oh, yeah. I'm leaving you a helper. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You see, I'm going to be gone, but I am leaving you the very presence of God right here with you. Oh, that's the reaction I wanted. I'm leaving you something that will make me present even if I'm not walking around here with you physically. So Jesus said, I am leaving you an advocate, a comforter, a counselor, a helper. You will not be left alone. You will not be left desolate. You will not be left without anything to help you get through it. Because guess what? They're coming for you. I just told you they're going to kill me. They're coming for you. The world is not going to be merciful to you. The world is not going to lay down while you do all this preaching. The world is not going to want to listen to the gospel of liberation and inclusion. Therefore, you're going to need me. And so I'm sending you, I'm leaving you the power of the Holy Spirit. What Jesus is promising them is that even though I am not there with you in the flesh, I am there. I am there. But here's another thing. Here are the implications. See, again, this is where the empire gets screwed up. This is where they mess up. This is where they get confused. This is why Darth Vader didn't realize the Force was coming. This is what they end up doing. I may have been killed, and I'm going to rise again. I'm going to go be with God. But because of the Holy Spirit, here's what it means. There is no cooling off period. The mission and ministry I put us on doesn't stop because I'm not walking down here with you. Because of the Holy Spirit, there is no pause so that you can regroup. Because of the Holy Spirit, there is no neutralizing the forcefulness and vividness of God. In a word, here's what Jesus is saying. It doesn't stop because I'm not walking with you. What we started here is going to carry us all the way till we get back to God, every one of us, because this ministry is not going to get ended because the empire thought they ended it. Oh no, I'm leaving you something. I'm leaving you something. And here's how he couched it. They couldn't quite get it. Peace I leave you. My peace I give you. You see, what's going to happen is Jesus tell him, you're going to want to pick up arms. Oh, I'm about to get in trouble now. You're going to want to close yourself off. You're going to keep the gospel for yourself. You're going to want to operate in fear because it's going to get really rough out there. But my peace is what I'm leaving you. Because I'm going to be there with you, you'll know what to say. You'll know what to do. You'll want to love your neighbor. Oh, don't you remember last week? Peter said, those people are unclean. And God said, don't call unclean what I made clean. You see, the Holy Spirit, the very presence of God, my presence with you, the presence of my peace and love is going to make you want to do better. You're not going to want to act like the empire. And so, what I'm leaving you is access to me. When the road gets tough and you don't know how you can make it, I'm leaving you access to me. When you don't know what to preach, when the words just don't come right to you, I'm leaving you access to me. When you want to give up because it's getting too hard, you don't know which way to go, when they're beating you up, when on every side of you is rough, I'm leaving you access to me. I'm leaving you a way to handle your problems and to handle your business. I'm leaving you a way to access a love and peace that the world can't give to you. Oh, I'm leaving you me. I'm not here with you, but the advocate, the comforter, the counselor, the helper will do it for you. See, I know you want to know, what does this mean now? Because I was told that I had to be perfect before the Holy Spirit will take up residence. Uh-oh. I was told that I couldn't kiss a boy and expect the Holy Spirit to take up residence. I was told that if I went to the movies, the Holy Spirit wouldn't want to be next to me. The Spirit wouldn't have anything to do with me. And I know some of you have been told that unless you get it right, unless you come here without blemish, oh, that's the word they use. Unless you come here without a spot or a wrinkle, the Holy Spirit can't take up residence. But that's not what I read in the will and testament of Jesus Christ. That's not what the will said. The will said, peace I leave you, my peace I give to you. Because I've asked God to send an advocate, a counselor, a comforter, a helper. Notice, it didn't say you have to come and tarry at the altar. Notice, he didn't say you got to be perfect before I let you have my Spirit. Notice, he didn't say you have to be rich to get it. Notice that you have to go to First Baptist Pentecostal Faith of God Church over on the corner before I can give it to you. He didn't even say you have to come to all God's children to get it. He didn't even say you had to be in a church to have the Holy Spirit. You could be in the saloon, and I'm there with you. You could be in the gutter, and I'm right there laying on the ground with you. You can be homeless, and wherever you are, I'm sitting right there with you. You could be in the hospital. I'm right in the bed next to you. You can be anywhere, and I am there because I give you the gift of me. Do not let anyone tell you. Do not let any preacher tell you. Do not let any church tell you. Do not let any religion tell you that the Holy Spirit is not yours. It is yours because God bequeathed it to us. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Please don't buy it. Don't let anyone tell you that you have to show up perfect. Don't let anybody tell you that you got to get it right before you show up. Don't let anybody tell you that I have to come and tarry at the altar before God shows up. God has already given you the gift. My peace I leave you. Oh, you have to understand. This will is ironclad. How do you know, Pastor? How do you know? Because every single day you come up in this place and your testimony rings loud and clear. I should have been dead, but somehow, God saw fit to hold me. And you want to know how did it happen? Because the Holy Spirit was right there anywhere. The Holy Spirit was right there with you. Oh, I don't care if you were down in your addiction. I don't care. The Holy Spirit was there holding you up and saying, I'm going to keep giving you a chance. I'm going to keep beckoning you to come home to me. I don't care if you were in the wrong bed of the wrong person. The Holy Spirit said, oh, but I'm with both of you. I'm just waiting for you to come home. Oh, I don't care where you were. I don't care what you're doing. I don't care where you are right now. I don't care how hard it's been. The Holy Spirit is right there, walking right along. The advocate, Parakletos, to call alongside. I'm walking with you. I'm there with you. No matter where you go, no matter what you encounter, no matter what's going on, no matter what you go through, I'm there with you. And you don't have to take my word for it. Take Jesus' word for it. The last will and testament said, we will send an advocate that will teach you everything, that will remind you of what I said to you. Oh, some people say to me, well, how do I know it's the Holy Spirit? Holy Spirit reminds you of what Jesus. I don't remember Jesus saying a word like we are depraved. No matter who came before Jesus, he never said it. The gospel writers never have in their mouth an account of Jesus saying that no one can tarry in his sight. Never said it. The words that they put in Jesus' mouth, never once did Jesus say that I don't have time for you because you're not perfect. And never once did Jesus say that I can't leave you my spirit because of who you love. Never once. So what did Jesus leave us? Jesus left us the very gift of Jesus himself. And you don't have to do anything to get it or earn it. You don't even have to show up in probate court. It's already yours. It's already yours. And here's the tough part. Here's the hardest part.